Well, we're hearing more tonight from the former Catholic Bishop of Tyler on why he says he was removed from his position. Earlier this month, Pope Francis forcibly removed Bishop Joseph Strickland as the bishop of the Diocese of Tyler, a removal that followed a request from the Pope for Strickland to resign, a request Strickland declined. In a new letter posted to his blog today, Bishop Joseph Strickland said, "In the reasons that were read to me, no mention was made of administrative problems or mismanagement of the diocese as the reasons for my removal. The reasons given seem to be related for the most part to my speaking the truth of our Catholic faith and to my warnings against anything that threatened that truth." And while Strickland is no longer the Bishop of Tyler, he is still a bishop in the Catholic Church.